Welcome to this exhibit pack update. Here's our wolf ambassador Blackstone checking out the pond, which is a good place to dip your paws during the hotter days of the summer. And as we reach the end of July, we are gearing up for introducing the pups into the main exhibit with the rest of their pack. The pups have been spending the day out in what we call the pup yard, where they share a fence line with the adults. And this is part of that slow introduction process that we carry out here at the International Wolf Center. Each individual has had a different reaction to the pups, but all very positive. Yes, you may think that because Grayson is growling that he is being aggressive or not caring for the pups. The role of each individual within the pack will have an impact on how they interact with the pups. And ritualized dominance starts very early in their social worlds. So this is part of communicating and Grayson reminding the pups what the roles are within the pack and setting those very important boundaries. You may remember that when Cass and Blackstone were introduced, Grayson had very similar interactions of ritualized dominance in which he growls, snarls, bares his teeth, and will make them roll on their back in a submissive posture if they don't do it themselves. You can see here that Rika would intervene and do some rear grabbing and tail biting as to break Grayson's focus. So, as we prepare for introducing Cedar and Rowan, we're expecting very similar energies, but with the added element of Cass and Blackstone as adults. Our role as part of the Wolfcare team during introduction is to be strategic about who meets the pup first, and to follow their own order of things, starting with allowing the more dominant individuals to meet the pups first. And part of our work is to make sure that the ambassador pack remains a cohesive unit. And for that, there's a lot of letting things play out and let them sort things out as they only know how to. However, we are nearby to monitor the wolves' behaviors and make sure that they're all safe. Once the pups are inside of the enclosure, we'll continue to monitor 24/7 for about a week and collect behavioral data to aid in management decisions. And as part of the preparation for entering live in the main exhibit, with the adult ambassadors, the pups have been sleeping in an adjacent enclosure overnight. A Wolfcare team member sleeps right by the enclosure, but they're no longer spending their nights inside. You can see here that they're using the den that we have in that enclosure, and they're staying pretty active overnight. So if you're noticing that the pups are sleeping a lot during the day, it's probably trying to recuperate from their overnights sleeping outside and being a little bit more active. Stay tuned and follow us for more updates on pup introduction as we get closer and closer to pups entering the main exhibit. Thanks for watching.